Introduction to the first two presidential candidates. Representative Joe, a native of Bangkok City, is strict and extremely intelligent. She does not find leniency, and her tongue is sharp. She has never tasted loss. In fact, she has never tasted it. And she remained this way until she met Kwak Hyun. After a relationship that lasted for half a year, they broke up due to a trivial argument, and they both thought that most of their feelings had been hid until fate brought them together again in the parliament building, each in a party opposing the other. But he had never mentioned before that enemies agree when a common danger knocks on their door. Once there was a match between Korea and Japan, and they were drinking some alcohol out of excitement. That day, the boundaries between the loyalists and the opposition disappeared, leaving their souls screaming in the name of the homeland. When he woke up, the match had ended, with both of them scoring an own goal. The examination showed that she was pregnant with Quack's child. Joe says, "I will raise this child myself." Quack says, "What do you mean by pretending to be ignorant, when the child is my own?" She tells him that she can take care of him alone. Ju Jae Ryung, can be a mother and an employee at the same time. Quack sits on the floor. Council member Jo Kla Pol Jae Ryong says, "I am not someone who runs away to avoid taking responsibility for a mistake I made." Joe says, "It's okay, Mr. Kwak Hyun. I promise that our paths will never cross, no matter what. What would you do if I said that you would take responsibility for a mistake you made while drunk?" Mr. Quack takes out a ring and tells her, "Let's get married. I'll take charge." And so the couple in parliament started fighting, as if they were going to rip each other's heads off. At home, their fights keep getting fiercer. After returning from parliament, they arrive home exhausted. Joe says, "I received a call moments ago, telling him I'll be back." Being stabbed by someone you trust is beyond imagination. By that, Representative Joe means receiving bribes. Quack says to her, "You are right, but two spouses are running together. If you win, is it right for the First Lady to belong to an opposition party?" MP Joe says, "You hint at your victory, and the result is a foregone conclusion. Stop preparing in advance. I will not withdraw. I also ran in the primaries, and I intended to run from the beginning. If one of us has to withdraw, let it be you." MP Kawakib says, "Why are you suddenly changing the subject? Why do I have to be the one to withdraw?" Representative Joe says to her husband, "Because you suggested that both of us running for president is not a good fight. That's why I told you to be the one to withdraw if one of us has to." Let's get to know MP Kwak Hyun, a citizen of Bisan from a modest, almost middle-class family, a graduate of the Faculty of Law, from a prestigious university with a full scholarship. He took the path of prosecution directly, a dragon emerging from the swamp. Representative Ju says to her husband, Representative Quack, "But I precede you politically, and my career is the best. Representative in parliament for 3 terms. Former mayor of Bangkok, Lee Quack, is an independent who lost. Then he served 2 terms within the Wasat Umma party, a total of 3 terms in parliament." Joe says, "So leave. If you don't want to confront me, use your specialty and open a law office. You prefer to be a housewife." We move to the party headquarters. Representative Joe says that Representative Quack Hyun seems to be submitting his candidacy file soon. One of the members asks her, "Really? Doesn't he mind fighting for her election against his wife?" MP Joe says yes. "It might even get hot if you were the competitor. Don't you think one of the members should ask her?" "What about you, MP Joe?" Representative Ju answers, "For me, it would be great if Kwak Hyun was an invincible enemy." 6. It will only be me that the time has come to make the decision. If your anxiety is gone, then our party, he will undoubtedly seize power this time. What I hate most is losing. Candidate registration begins.